All right, it's Thursday, everyone. I'm Andrew Dowd. It's time for the Happening in the Hamptons podcast, our weekly breakdown of the Hamptons market, new listings, and events on the East End. We are sponsored, as always, by New York Title Abstract, the Hamptons' leading title insurance firm. Visit newyorktitle.com. Steve Glick is with us. David Rutiner
is back.
He's back from Disney, right?
Which was nice. It was very nice, actually.
I'm glad you had fun.
Most people don't, apparently.
It's the happiest place on earth.
It is a place on earth, for sure.
I had a great time.
And first-time guest, Emily King. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Saunders. You're new here as of July. Do I have that right?
Yes, you do.
How's it been?
It's been fabulous.
That's the right answer. Great. No, that's great. I mean, it's great to hear. You're based out of the Southampton office. I know you got some real local roots there, which is great. So tell us a little bit about coming to Saunders, what you've enjoyed most, and tell us about Southampton.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. The transition to Saunders is probably one of the easiest transitions I've had.
Perfect.
Everyone has been so welcoming and so focused and supportive on the success of their agents. The marketing department, the admin, from the top down, with every transaction, every inquiry, they've been hands-on, helpful, and rooting for your success. So it's been fabulous.
That's nice to hear.
Happiest decision I ever made, yes.
We did not ask her to say that. That was perfect. So thank you. So tell us a little bit about Southampton. You have you're there in the Southampton office, but your husband, like you guys work there. Like he's got.
So we moved here in '91. We lived in Southampton for a little while and moved to Watermill in '93, which is where we still live. My husband owns his own deli in Southampton Village on Job's Lane, Sean's Place. Some of you are familiar.
The legendary spot.
Yeah, shout out to Sean's Place. Best chicken salad in the Hamptons.
Exactly.
And apparently a good egg sandwich.
Yes.
And an excellent egg sandwich that you're all going to try
The
soon.
staple.
Perfect.
It is. So we are very much rooted in Southampton Village. Our kids all went to school in the Southampton School District. They graduated at least 10 years ago now. I can't count that far back. Sean is also a volunteer fireman. So we have deep roots here. He has family here for at least 100 years.
So you have deep rooted in the local community. And I think that really just goes in line with like Saunders as well. Like I think that why it's like a perfect fit for you to be here. Saunders is locally owned and operated firm.
As local as it gets.
Sean's Place is local in Southampton Village. Like it's great to see, the
and
local community.
That's what I love. And that's why I like being here. I like the boutique firm. I'm passionate about local people, having local businesses.
Nice.
And giving back to the community.
It's great.
It makes me feel plugged in, and it makes me want everyone to have that experience.
You and I were talking when you first got here. Actually, I got to detour real quick. You're the first guest to bring pastries.
Is it a cookie?
It's a cookie.
That's
It's a pumpkin
good.
cookie with a cream
A
cheese
pumpkin,
frosting.
nice, it's like soft.
It's incredible.
It's a little cloud.
So thank you for that, because you bake when you're stressed.
I bake when I'm stressed.
And apparently this had you
stressed
very
me
nervous,
out.
which is crazy because you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. That's so you're a real estate agent, baker.
It's fun. I bake. I make everyone else fat. I try not to eat it myself.
So we were talking before the podcast about how important it is to you mentioned the local roots, to be connected out here, and talk to us a little bit about what it's like or how important it is to be working with a client and have that local connection, know what's going on out here, and have a real sense of what the community is and offers when people are looking to buy in Southampton or really any hamlet.
It's such a unique market out here. I just believe living here year round to see every season is very important. We can just help so much with location, preparing your house, and pricing your house. Out here we have, you can have two houses side by side that are just completely different prices because there are so many nuances to homes here in the Hamptons. I mean, you've got a house on, next to each other. One might have, a high water table. Next door doesn't. Two different prices.
Right. That's an excellent point. And that's where I think, working with and having the right real estate representation out here is especially important, because it's just not like other markets around the country where you can be like, well, this subdivision has similar houses. This one sold for X. This one should sell for Y. And it's no big deal.
You got to have the knowledge. You got to have the knowledge, and having the years of experience that you have and living out here, everything,
everything about it.
Yeah.
And what's important to the buyer. Do you want to drive out to Montauk an extra hour in the summer? Mm-hmm. Because when you come to look at a house in maybe October or April, you're not seeing that extra hour and a half it takes to get out there. So, you just need to find out those things. And if you know the area, lived here throughout, I think you can be helpful.
It's just nice to have a local partner too. Like whenever I'm in another town, I always think about that. It's like whenever I see a sign that for anybody that's local, I'm like, oh, you just know things that other people just from out of town just don't know. Just little things.
Well, you're not just buying the house; you're buying the community. You're buying into the community, right? You're going to live here. You're not just purchasing this house. You're purchasing this way of life, this experience, and having an agent that knows all that just makes the transition that much easier.
And it is a way of life. I have people looking for homes on Shelter Island, and I tell them it's going to be easier and quicker for you to get to Southampton than it will from someone from Hampton Bays.
Right.
And they may not understand that due to the ferries.
I understand. I live in Southampton. Southampton is so convenient. I mean, because I grew up in East Hampton at one point and lived in Montauk, and to live in Southampton, it's like, man, to be able to dip into Riverhead or even Up Island on a whim whenever I feel like it.
Sag Harbor, too.
If you live in East Hampton, if you need to go up island for something, it takes up your whole
You got to
day.
understand the traffic patterns, to get around. And that's key too. Like most people don't think about, what do you mean traffic patterns? Well, you got to know what time of day you can or cannot leave, and when the traffic is really busy, and what side streets that you are going to have more traffic than others. You got to be mindful.
Side streets are a secret now.
Yeah. And certain side streets have traffic now. So like if you're also purchasing a house, you got to make sure you look at that property all different times of the day to know, is this one of those streets that cars are going to be on? Because if it is, some people may have no problem with that. Others may. Everything is affected in the value of real estate. And having an agent like yourself, you can go through all the nuances. You talk about the community. Big thing coming into Southampton next year is the U.S. Open, right? The golf tournament and U.S. Open. It's going to bring a lot of business to local businesses in Southampton Village, and also rentals are, everyone's talking about renting and the people. What's your feeling on the U.S. Open coming in?
So, it's very interesting. Again, traffic pattern comes into this a lot because people are looking in Hampton Bays thinking they're closer to the Open over there in Shinnecock. Actually, it would be easier if they were coming from east to travel more west. They'd be traveling against traffic to get there in the morning and leave in the afternoon. So that's one thing. Expectations are high from the landlords.
Sure.
They are all expecting top dollar for a couple of weeks. And we do have a minimum of a 2-week rental rule here. So there's a couple of things that come into play with that. Obviously, you want to do what's best for your landlords. And right now, the inquiries are few.
Okay.
But everybody's talking about it and everybody's doing their best to advertise it.
People are really jacked up about it.
They're pretty jacked up about it.
But what I'm trying to understand, it's like, the Hampton Classic comes out here every year, and it's a big thing. Does it have a huge impact on real estate? I'm not so sure. Maybe some people come out and rent.
I think it's good for the local businesses.
Yeah, it's definitely good for the local businesses.
Thousands of people, tens of thousands of people are coming in. Obviously, they're going to be in and about Southampton Village, which is great.
Southampton, the whole world is going to be focused on Southampton.
And they're going to add more transportation from trains and buses to try to get the commuters, or people, the spectators, to come to the U.S. Open. But, as far as like the rental market, my advice is don't turn down other opportunities. If you're holding out for this 1 or 2 weeks in June and you're going to pass on another opportunity, I wouldn't. Like, take the opportunities in front of you, assess it, and make an informed decision. But I wouldn't try to capitalize on this and miss out on like the month or seasonal rental because you're trying to capitalize on this 2 weeks.
Right. I always advise my landlords to, what a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. So if you get an offer for 1 month, take it. The whole summer, take it. Don't wait for something that may or may not happen.
Yeah.
But for local businesses, yes.
I'm excited for
local
all
businesses. Of us, it's going to be fabulous.
I think it's going to be fun.
It is.
It's a good thing. So.
The weather has been amazing. It's going to be amazing. So that's, we're looking forward.
I went when it was here, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 years ago. And it was great. It was a good time. I took the train. I did that train where they put the walkway over the highway. So
Correct.
you get off and, in Southampton, you walk over. They constructed this whole platform and stuff,
Smart.
which it made it a lot easier. I was like, this is great. I didn't have to worry about parking or commuting in. In the public transportation, they did a great job with that.
They did great. I'm sure they're going to use the bridge again. And then they have parking up by the college or with a Stony Brook property now.
Right.
Yeah. And that
Cool.
helps.
So we're looking forward to that.
So that's coming up in a couple months. But let's talk about this week.
All right. This week's data. 34 listings went into contract. Last year, 38. Small decrease of 11%. 2 years ago, 17 listings, so an increase of 100%. The breakdown of the transactions this week: 2 over 20 million, 2 between 10 and 15 million, 4 between 5 and 10 million, 8 between 3 and 5 million, 6 between 2 and 3 million, 7 between 1 and 2 million, and 5 under $1 million. The dollar volume this past week was 172 million. Last year was 120 million. So it's an increase in dollar volume of 43%, even though the transactions were down 11%. The dollar volume 2 years ago was 55 million, so it's an increase there of 213%. 33 new listings came onto the market, so it's pretty much flat. And the breakdown of the 33 new listings: 2 over 20 million, 3 between 10 and 15 million, 4 between 5 and 10 million, 7 between 3 and 5, 8 between 2 and 3, 7 between 1 and 2, and 2 under $1 million. Inventory is at 2,013 total listings, 1,507 active, and 506 in contract. So my takeaway this week is that it's pretty much the same amount of listings that went into contract came onto the market. We're seeing plus 30 every week coming onto the market and a plus 30 going into contract. So it's very balanced, and it's strong numbers as we are in the middle of October.
There you go. And we got the fall holiday weekend coming up. So we got, this is a good time to be marketing your property.
Absolutely.
Have it listed. And
This full holiday weekend is always a busy weekend here in the Hamptons. Obviously, some of the public schools are closed on Monday, so it gives that extended weekend, and it's in October. Pumpkin picking, apple picking, the Halloween fall season is upon us. And this weekend in general, there's a lot of open houses, and we're promoting a good amount of them here at Saunders. And if you go to SaundersOpenHouses.com, it takes you directly to the open house page where you can view all the open houses. I think there's a lot, I think there's like close to like 50, open houses going on, this weekend. So all price points. There's actually a $42 million property open house all the way down. Baby. Yeah, it's a big one. All the way down to properties priced for under $1 million in Hampton Bays. So it's literally, we have something for everybody this weekend, open houses. And just come on in, go online, check out an open house, walk into it, and you might
be inspired.
Be inspired. You might buy one. So
I like it.
Come check it out.
So that's happening. Inspired. That's happening this weekend. Obviously, Dave, what else you got?
Yes, this weekend is the ARF Stroll to the Sea Dog Walk. This is a big event. I think we talked about this like 2 weeks ago, but 1,000 people get together with their dogs and they stroll to the sea in East Hampton, and it's a nice, fundraising event for ARF, which is the Animal Rescue Fund of the Hamptons. It's a day of pure joy that many call the best day of the year. Do you have a dog?
I do not.
No? Well, maybe you should adopt one this weekend.
My husband would agree with you.
All right. Then we also have Sagtoberfest 2025, which features live music, food, games, crafts, and beer releases from Kid Squid. So all events are free at Kid Squid here. This is a 2-day Sagtoberfest event in the heart of Sag Harbor, featuring Stein's specials, bratwurst, pretzels, pumpkin soup, sweet treats, kids pumpkin crafts, and lots of live music. So you can go do that this weekend in Sag Harbor. I always think it's funny that breweries are kid friendly. Like parents can bring their kids to the brewery.
No,
it's
it's
like,
a little strange
it's
for
funny.
me. I'm a little old-fashioned.
All right. I went to one in Charlotte with my dog.
Yeah.
And they said you can't have your dog in here.
No, you can't have the
dog.
I agree. It is a little weird. You know, because obviously the goal there is to drink. Right? And now you have your kids with you. So,
but it's like they make it like family oriented.
Yeah, I agree with Emily. It's not the best look.
Well, if you want to do something super family friendly, you can go to Hank's Pumpkin Town this weekend.
That you can bring your kids. That's
that you can bring your kids. That
Probably not your dog there either. Though.
No, there's not many places that are dog animal friendly.
No,
unfortunately,
you can't bring your dog to Hank's Pumpkin Town, and it's outdoors. But you'll ruin the pumpkins.
Right. All right. So bring your kids to Hank's.
So there's apple picking at Hank's Pumpkin Town. Also a little weird. You'd think they would focus on pumpkin picking.
There's a lot of pumpkins.
But there's a lot of apples too that you can pick over there.
Everything.
And there's a maze park, and they have gem mining, and they also, of course, have pumpkin picking. If you want to go all the way out to Springs, the Springs Tavern and Grill in East Hampton is having the Springs Food Pantry's annual Chowder Chowdown. So, you can eat amazing clam chowder and raise money from 12 to 3 on October 11th. And music by Josh Brussel, who's an amazing local musician in East Hampton. But you see him all the time at the Talk House. He's like a fixture out there on the music scene. He's great. And then also, if you want to go to Shelter Island, there is the Fall Creekside concert with Gene Casey and the Lone Sharks, another beloved band out here. That's October 11th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and that is to support the Shelter Island Fire Department, and it's going to take place at Sylvester Manor on Shelter Island. So
there's a lot going on this weekend.
A lot of cool stuff going on this weekend.
Fall is the best time out here.
Fall's the best.
September and October.
and
when it's
you get
happening.
to wear new clothes. That's always nice too.
Sweater weather.
Yeah,
Sweater weather.
It's more like sweating weather, but I'm bummed because it's been so hot.
It is.
We've had Indian summer.
You always think it's going to be like, it's the fall. Like and then it's 85 degrees.
And then we put Asians on the spot. What's one of your favorite restaurants out here?
It's my favorite things, food. So our favorite to-go restaurant is the American Hotel.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
That's high on the list. It is, French cooking, consistent, exactly what you're getting each and every time.
Fun fact, they don't have French fries at the American
They
Hotel.
do not have French fries.
Why? Wait, French fries aren't French. Right?
They're really not French.
They're not French.
I don't know why we call them French fries.
Don't you think, that's the one thing I found out. And he's like, there's no French fries in the American Hotel. So.
But you'll get the best steak. You'll get the best carpaccio. Yeah. Yes. It's high on the list.
And oysters. They have like an oyster night sometimes.
Yeah,
I heard they had really strong
oysters.
drinks. That's what I heard.
And great drinks. They have a good bartender. They have a great mixologist.
Yeah.
And nice wine. Nice wine list.
Just don't drink and drive.
Do not drink and drive. And don't take your kids to a brewery. Next on the list would be Sen, also in Sag Harbor.
The best.
Every time, that's probably our, go-to first. American Hotel is more of a special events. And we also like LT Burger. All my restaurants are in Sag Harbor.
LT Burger is back. That's
LT
nice.
Burger is back, and what they changed a little bit is they're now using a smash burger instead of just a regular burger, which has worked out well.
Does that mean there's less meat though?
It really doesn't, because you can get a
flatten
single or double. What has changed is that, cooking a regular burger, say medium rare, is not easy with a big fat burger. So you do a smash burger, it's all cooked the same, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Very tasty. We're very happy. And they have phenomenal French fries, speaking of French fries.
They have curly fries there, I think.
They have curly fries,
And the ice
waffle
cream.
fries.
I'm a fry guy,
Yes.
I know where all the good fries
Yeah,
are.
I just
They have
noticed
them.
that about you. That's interesting.
Great French fries.
French fries are an important component, except at the American Hotel.
Exactly.
You can get a baked potato there. Maybe. Is that French? Baked potato's French, maybe. I don't know. I'm really not sure.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else this weekend?
That's it.
That's it? Anything else before we let you go?
Let me just say one thing
Sure.
about the data that we talked about.
Great.
Please don't wait to buy your house out here in the Hamptons. If you're waiting for this price to drop or, the percentage rate to drop, things might correct and balance. But if you want to live out here and you see something that you like, make an offer.
Yeah.
The sellers right now are willing to negotiate. Now's the time.
Well said.
This is the time.
It's a good commercial.
That was great. I'm going to end on that because that puts a nice exclamation point on this podcast. That's great. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have you on again. Thank you for the pastries. Those are also delicious. Everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. I'm Andrew Dowd. That's what's happening in the Hamptons.